Hello everybody. Before I get into the assembly tutorial of the Panshi, I want to go through some details about the Panshi and the somewhat mold error that's supposed to be going on right now. Now, after doing a little bit of research and my wife reading and writing Chinese, she went to mf8s.com, Chinese cubing forum where Dayan is, and where a lot of people talk about a lot of things. Now, they did not really complain about the Panshi having too many problems, like extreme problems. So the one problem that might happen, or what's prevalent, is that the corner pieces, they're a little bit thin. Let's say a lot more thin than a Zanchi, so they're prone to bending and breaking. So here's another example. So now I haven't experienced anything breaking with the cubes that I've assembled. The corners breaking like this, I can pretty much blame that on my supplier. He doesn't put any padding in the boxes, and there was actually like half a bag of DIY that was broken, so that happens. So here's an edge piece. It looks like it didn't, like the plastic did not fill in very well in the molds, so this one's been thrown out. So just to make sure, to let you guys know that my wife and I, we really go through the DIY pieces to make sure there's absolutely no problems with them. We check the cores, make sure there's no plastic plugging in it, and make sure that the cores are good. But every once in a while, some pieces will slip through and get to a customer. We do not want that to happen, because what ends up happening, we have to send another piece and it costs us more money, so we try to prevent that as much as possible. So other than that, a lot of the Chinese cubers, they say that the Panshi will work better without the anchors or torpedoes. The reason for the jumpiness in the cube is most likely because the torpedo will drag along the corner piece and kind of pop it out a little bit. Now, I haven't had any break yet, so I don't even know if that's going to happen. But yeah, it makes it a little more rough to turn the cube. So, for example, this is a white Panshi. It does not have torpedoes in it. I'll just show you real quick. See, it doesn't have any torpedoes. And it's really smooth. It clinks almost exactly like a guhong would. So it sounds almost like a guhong, but it cuts really well even without the torpedoes. So not even really, kind of locked up a little bit there, but yeah, it cuts really fine without torpedoes, and I haven't had any explosions on it yet. It works pretty good. I prefer the white. It tends to be more smooth. So, but yeah, darn tripod. But yeah, here's a black one that has the torpedoes in it. Can't really show too well. But yeah, here's a torpedo. It's a little bit hard to get in there. But yeah, it does make a little bit more noise because the torpedoes are dragging on the corner pieces. But yeah, it still feels much like a guhong. Now, if you're reading like a Zanchi, you're probably not going to like the Panshi. But if you like guhong, you will probably like this one. Maybe about the same. So it's not too outstanding, but it is a Dayan 6, so that's something to be proud of. All right, so I guess I'll show you guys how far this thing can actually spin with one flick. So that's like U2. So sometimes it even goes farther than U2. I think I gotta do U3 once. But yeah, I can do U2. So pretty much like a guhong. Just want to show you guys that. It's assembly time. Okay, first of all, when you assemble, you can do it without or with the anchors. So I suggest probably not put the anchors in, just for now. It doesn't really pop. So when you put it in there, the anchors are tiny. And then when you put the pieces together, make sure they're pressed together all the way, because you want to prevent that extra catch and drag on some of the surfaces there. So that's together pretty good. So they kind of fit tough together. Then you got the corners. It's kind of funny because the lips, they're actually opposite as the other cubes. So I got confused at first. Kind of funny. So we got that one. Make sure they're nice and together. So I'm going to assemble it with the anchors this time. Now, with the corners, I guess if you want to do it, you can. It's totally optional. You can put some super glue inside the in between the gaps here. That way it holds the corner piece together. I don't really do it. I haven't really had a problem with it. So if you want to do that and it holds it together, if you feel it's going to break, that might help. So I don't even know if it's going to break. So, and that's that for those pieces. Alright, so you got all the pieces together and you also have the screw, the spring, the washer ready. Now when it comes to lubing, I like to lube the core like this. Just, dab it on top, underneath the washer, and then just underneath the head there. So, and that's how I lube the core. Pretty simple. So, got all those. Now, we're gonna do something a little bit different than the other Dayan cubes. Most like the 42 millimeter Zanchi, the mini Zanchi. So I'm just gonna poke it in there. Make sure it's nice and straight. Got my electric screwdriver. I'm so pro. So I'm gonna just get in there. Man, it's so hard to do with this damn tripod in the way. So I'm gonna screw it. You see the threads there? It's gonna do it a few turns there. So the thread's not really that deep. We don't want it to go deep because it makes it so much easier to assemble. So I'm going to do that to all of them. The second one. So just a tiny bit, just enough to hold the caps in there, or I mean the centers. That's it, pretty much. Alright, okay, so I got all the center pieces in there, and they're really loose. Now you don't want to pull them too much because you might pull the screws out of the core. So it's just enough to get you started. Now I do recommend you do it this way, nice and loose, simply because if it's nice and tight, and you already have like the tension way down to where the threads are barely above the core, it'll be so difficult to put the pieces in, and you'll see why real soon. And you do not want to force the pieces in, because you don't want to break anything before you even get to try your own cube. So I'm gonna get the first piece in. So what you have to do is you have to kind of pull up on a little bit because it fits so tightly in there, and then you have to pull up on that piece too, so it goes in there. If you can see in there, see how tight that little core radius is? It's got the anchor just almost sitting on the core, so that's not too good. And when you tighten it, it just gets closer, and that might be the reason why it clicks even louder. So remember, you don't have to have the torpedoes in there. So put the next piece in there. Make sure you hold it firmly in your hands, kind of like this. I always like to do that. I'm gonna kind of get started in there, pull out on that piece a little bit, and it slips right in there. So the edge piece. Get the next one, next edge. So it should go in there nice and neat. This one you also have to pull out a little bit on, so kind of get ready. Don't be too rough with it, you don't want to pull it out, so it went in nicely. Get the other one in here. Alright, so I got started, so it's not going to be too much more difficult. I hate the tripod right in the way. Okay, so what you want to do with this one, kind of sneak your finger into there so you can hold it out. So you can get the other piece in there. Okay. Because if you're forcing it in there and the little wings aren't underneath there, it's going to be a little bit difficult, and you might break something. I haven't broken anything yet, so I just hope you guys won't. I don't want to get that email. So it's pretty simple. Darn tripod. Okay, next is to lube the pieces a little bit more. So I like to go around it a little bit, and inside. Hey, you guys are noisy. Maybe a little bit on the torpedoes. And I'm going to zigzag across here, across the radius here. And you don't have to use too much lube, so I think I overdid it there. So next one should be pretty easy. Make sure you pull up on that center. It slips right in there. Next pieces. I like doing the edges first. It makes it so much easier too. But if this were a tightly tensioned cube like the other Dayans, you might have problems putting these in. So it's pretty loose. You can just slide them in there. Oh yeah, I think I have an extra edge. Maybe that's from my little demonstration earlier. So I've got it in there. And these are extras from earlier. Oops. Alright, so you don't want to play with it too much. I mean, you can kind of solve it. kind of hear the crunch from the torpedoes in there. If you pull out, it's really loose. So I'm going to tighten it pretty tight. So now when I do electric screwdriver, I can actually feel the whole cube actually bunching up when it's at the right tension. Okay, next one, I felt it bunch. There it is. By the way, I can get you guys one of these screwdrivers. You can probably find it on my site. It works really good. Wait, did I do that side? Yeah, I guess I did. So I got these two left. I'm going to check it, pull on each side. It's pretty tight. Heck, I might need to loosen it a little bit. There it is, kind of work it in a little bit. In fact, I made it a little too tight. It's hard to do on camera and tripod in the way. Loosen a little bit, just a tiny bit. 34. Not too much. Okay, so tension works. It doesn't have a whole lot of tension room, to be honest. Feels a little funny right now. Put the caps in. Now, the factory did not change the caps, unfortunately, but I haven't had any pop, which is, I guess, pretty good compared to the prototype, which the caps popped like crazy. I don't think the plastic was quite good enough. Come on, get in there. Ah. It's all together. There we go. See, it even cuts really nice too. Now it's kind of bunching up. I think those anchors kind of rubbing in there. So you might want to play with it a little bit with the tensions. So, and this is going to be the one that I had earlier. So it's a little more soft compared to the ones with the torpedoes in it. So you don't really have to have those in. So yeah, I guess that might be it for the tutorial on assembling this. So crap. And don't forget, everybody, you're getting all your easel stickers with this. They look really nice on it. So this is my cube that I'm keeping. It has the super bright colors on it. So it's got white, fluorescent yellow, fluorescent orange, fluorescent green, fluorescent red, and Olympic blue or light blue. So I'm starting to like super bright more than my own favorites. So yeah, hopefully this helped out you guys. So you might find a better assembly method, but this is just mine. See, you can kind of hear the anchor in there, so I believe that was the only actual problem. So my supplier, he said just take out the anchors and the cube works pretty good. So hope you enjoyed, and hopefully I helped you out today. Thank you for watching. Bye.